14 podcast, and stop me when you heard this before. But the Toronto Blue Jays have lost the series with the rubber match being Dome from home, where they got shit kicked. Avery, how are we feeling? Some car troubles today for Avery Chenye. Hopefully we have some mechanics out there in Gate 14 Nation. What's up? What happened?
Oh man, dude, cars are useless pieces of
Well, come
shit.
on. I mean, yours is battled.
Yeah,
Repelling
I
battle.
came on these airways a couple weeks ago and said it won't
Yep.
die, and she is starting to show signs of dying.
Really? How far is it? How, like deathbed? Like where is it at now?
No, I think it's just a starter issue, so it's not deathbed.
Yeah.
But when your car doesn't work, it is one of the more frustrating things in the world.
Oh
We had,
yeah, I had to
we had,
deal with that a lot.
we had practice tonight, and I was supposed to it would have been good if I was there. I had some stuff that we wanted to get done. Just couldn't show up. I was in the truck with the guy getting towed from Kitchener to Georgetown, and I'm not meant to be a trucker. Sometimes I think I could do it and just listen to stuff and just drive those trucks drive so slow. It's insane. I don't think I could do it. But yeah, I had an hour and a half talk with a guy that I didn't think I was gonna ever know.
Yeah.
And
Did he
yeah,
give you like did you because obviously when you get in those situations and you're like, oh shit, like this is a tough situation, you start asking questions to these guys like they're mechanics to try to make yourself feel better. In those situations for me, I'm usually like it's not crazy, right? It's probably just like a little small starter problem or something. Like, did he give you any piece of advice?
yeah. So well, at first he's like, is it battery? And I said, no, I don't know that much about cars.
Yeah, me
I was like,
neither.
it's not the battery. Like everything turns on, it just won't turn over. The
Yeah,
car won't turn over.
yeah,
And then he was like, okay. So at least I kind of knew what I was talking about, all of that. And then at one point I was to realize it hadn't hit me that I was like, okay, like I might not have a car here tomorrow. Like it might just
yeah,
be done for forever.
yeah.
And then I said, all right, what's that gonna run me? And he goes, oh, that's cheap. And I was like, fuck yes. Fuck
Yeah,
yes.
you know what? Seems legit. I trust you, truck driver. I
Oh my
trust you,
god.
truck
If I
driver.
could have fallen to my knees in that truck and just Sally, that's exactly.
So tomorrow you just got to get a starter, buddy.
Yeah, but the thing about cars is they always find other issues. So
Yeah, no, you say no to the other issues, pal. You say
and
no to the other issues, my
that's how I
friend.
end up calling CAA at 7 o'clock at the work office, and they take me home again. Yeah,
Yeah,
today sucked. That the end of my day sucked,
yeah.
and
It's
the
Avery. I
middle
will
of my
say,
day sucked from the ninth inning on.
yeah.
And
I'll
here
give
we
you a
are.
piece of advice because I obviously everyone knows the Sonata that didn't have heat. The like nothing worked in that car. Engine light on, everything. It is very refreshing, and I know obviously like it's very expensive. Unluckily, I've saved up enough to be able to do it, but getting a new car is very refreshing going into every single day, knock on wood, and just be like, I know this is gonna I know this is gonna work. Like my car's a 2024, humble brag. I know when I get into my car, knock on wood again, this is we're good. We're good.
Yeah,
The only problem I've ever had with my car is just like not a problem. Changing my winter tires. That's it. That's the only time I've ever went in. I always get my oil change on time, all that type of stuff. So it is refreshing, I will say. I don't know if you're in the market for it, but it is very refreshing knowing that when you
there.
get in your car, you know there's going to be no issues. I
Yeah,
will say that.
two things. So one, my girlfriend's parents are trying to she kind of has a car, but she's downtown. She doesn't need it.
Yeah.
So they keep saying that I can just use that one, and I don't
Yeah,
want.
I feel bad doing that as
Yeah,
well.
I'm the same way. I'm trying my best not to use it. I don't want that
Because
to
then you put on the
happen.
miles too, right? Like, or the kilometers. It's like you feel bad.
I drive my car 200 kilometers a day,
Yeah,
like
exactly.
at least. It's
Yeah,
insane,
there's no point.
and I don't want to do that to someone else's car. And then this morning, my car barely started,
Yeah.
and I didn't even think about it until like 4:15 at the office, and I said, you know what's gonna suck if my car doesn't start, and
Yeah.
that's exactly what
And
happened.
going back into the truck driver stuff, I have a fun story for the people. Because listen, we're gonna minimize Jay's talk. All right.
Yeah,
Let me be clear.
we'll do our Bowden
We'll
talk.
do our Bowden talk, but let's minimize Jay's talk. I used to during COVID, pick up side jobs for moving companies, right? So I used to just do like kind of just working for sketchy people, like just doing like going to a moving shop, just working for cash. Hopefully, no one's listening to this part of the government. And I would like just drive this 18-wheeler with like they just I would ask them, I'd be like, do I need a license for this 18-wheeler? They'd be like, no, you just need a driver's license. Didn't ask any questions. Sure.
It couldn't have been an 18-wheeler then.
No, it wasn't 18-wheeler. Sorry. It was like a 18-footer
Foot.
or
Yeah.
18-footer, I think. Or like it was one of the it was Avery. It was a big one, okay?
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
a massive,
No,
massive truck.
I know what you're saying, but there's
Yeah.
there's no way they would have let you
No,
drive
it was a massive truck. So,
Yeah.
anyways, I'm going to this guy, and we're going to this place in Mississauga, and this is like just clearly like a money laundering business. They're just doing this to just do this. Like the back of their shop is filled with furniture, like TVs they probably stole from Walmart. Like just terrible, terrible human beings. But they paid us great. So we get to the back. I'm driving the truck. This is the first story. We're about to merge onto the Gardner from the 427, and the truck just dead ass stops on the ramp. Like just stops working, like lights are off. I veer over to the side. I call the guy. He goes, I'm gonna have to call you a tow truck because that car's not insured. I go, what? He's like, this truck's not insured. We're gonna need to get you a tow truck because if the cops come, they're gonna see that this is not gonna pass inspection for anything. So we're gonna have to get you a tow truck too. So we get a tow truck, we get in the car, tow truck tows this massive ass truck all the way to a shop. We get it fixed. And I am just sketching out because like this thing is like once he told me the insurance thing, I was like, if I'm driving this, I didn't sign anything. Like I am liable for whatever the fuck happens to this truck. So like I was sketching out. And the next story, we do a pickup job. We go to Toronto, we back in, we get 3 parking tickets, by the way, because we just didn't register the truck on the road. And the guy's like, all right, we're going from Toronto to Peterborough. This is like a 15-hour day. So I'm grinding my dick off, but it's like 25 an hour. So we drive to Peterborough, which is far as hell, by the way, from Mississauga. And it just starts snowing an insane amount. So we're finishing the moving job. By the way, in this moving job, I fell over the ramp and tipped a full box of toys that were like memorabilia and just smashed the entire, like every piece of every doll, every figurine smashed. Like Schmelia, this thing's done. So, anyways, I'm driving. I'm with my brother's buddy, and I'm looking at him. I'm like, you want to drive this back? He's like, I am fucking not driving in this snowstorm. So I had to drive all the way from Peterborough to Mississauga. Windshield's not working. Snowstorm like crazy. I'm literally going 10 kilometers an hour on the highway back to this fucking warehouse. It took me 4 hours from Peterborough because I'm going so slow. It is like I can't stop. Like if I stop, there's not winter tires on it, obviously.
Yeah,
and it's just like sliding in through. And I got back and I look at this guy. I go, never give me a call. Like he gave me the cash, and I go, never give me a call back again. I'm gonna kill someone if I do this. Like I will be on the news. So
I think working in the car industry and then becoming a podcaster it's just a straight line because I used to do the same thing. I used to drive cars. It was my summer job in college.
Yeah.
Was we would get cars to a lot, brand new cars, and we would have to strip the plastic off of them, strip all the plastic off the inside, and then deliver them to the airport for rental car companies. It was my summer job. It was
That's
great.
a sick job, actually.
I worked with 3 of my buddies.
Yeah.
So it was really good. But the problem was we would have to drive from where we got them to the airport with no gas in the car. So I think there's 4 or 5 times a year or a summer, like 3-4 months, where we were just on the highway on the 427, just running out of gas.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. Like that's another thing. Like, it's I'd love to hear some of our listeners. We obviously have older listeners, we have younger listeners. I'd love to hear some of the summer jobs you guys have worked. I really would. It's probably just insane shit because
I lasted 1 day in landscaping. I wasn't.
You're not built for it. I've worked at a lumber yard before. Everyone's heard the story where we used to sell lumber and not mark it down, like essentially just like sell it to customers and just get taxed. Like we would get cash tips. I remember I sold a customer a full lift of wood and I charged them for half it, and he tipped me $500 when it would have costed him $1,500. This place was fucked. This was a scumbag company, just full of absolute losers. Like no one's forklift certified. Everyone's racist. Like people are smoking in the lumberyard, which is obviously illegal. This was the craziest place where I worked at. I won't name drop the company, but yeah, I'd love to hear some of the summer jobs people had because it is like it what I will say is it makes you realize like uh I don't want to fucking do this shit. Like
I
if I give any piece of advice to like our younger listeners out there, it's do not like just work a summer job that you know you'll probably hate, but the money's like decent to make you be like, when I go back to school, man, I'm gonna work my ass off because I do not want this shit. Like I do not want to just be because the guys there were all like miserable, just like alcoholics, just
yeah,
working while they're drunk.
and when you see the lifers there, it's like
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
because
So
you go back every summer, it's like, oh, every 50-year-old named Mike is like, oh, Mike, you're still here, eh?
yeah, so I'll tell a funny story about this. So the lumberyard we worked at, this is a self-proclaimed nickname from this guy. So we used to have a temp board. So temps would work there for like an hour and they'd hate it so much they'd quit. That's how bad this job was. So we had this one guy. We're like, "What's your name, buddy?" He's like, "Just call me LeBron James."
What?
Okay, we'll call you LeBron James. So every Friday at lunch, we used to have a couple drinks, like whatever. We go get a couple drinks at lunch and then just go back and work for like an hour and then leave or 2 hours. This LeBron James got legitimately blackout at lunch, like blackout. And he got like, so he gets blackout. He's just ranking tall boys. And then he tits 3 bowls in the lunchroom. And then we're just working. He's like, I'm gonna go grab something from my car. Goes to his car, drives home. We never saw him again. We
What?
we never saw him again. So like on the temp board, his name was LeBron James. We had uh in a year I worked there, we had over 200 temps that just came through. Temp companies like that just hated the job and just left after a day. Like we had a guy named Go to Bank guy. He got there in the morning at 9. At 10 a.m., he's like, I got to go to the bank for a second. Never came back. So we call him Go to the Bank guy. But LeBron James is a local legend. I mean, he is a piece of shit for driving drunk, obviously.
Obviously.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
we had no idea he did that. He said, I'm going to my car. And then he just never came back for like 4 hours. Like, where the fuck is this guy? And we look in the parking lot. He's just gone. It's like, that's what I'm saying. Like, you got the summer jobs for some of these young guns, man. Like, I would love to hear some stories because,
Because the summer jobs are funny because you are doing anything you can to make money in the
yes,
summer when you're
especially
in
because the
college.
thing is, a lot of these summer jobs for these like the in university kids, high school kids as well, you got the weekends off, so you got some like little fuck around money to go out with
Yeah.
the boys or to go to concerts stuff like that on the weekend. So Jays games and stuff. So it is electric that to do that. So I bet just like a little gate 14 banter for the people, man. It's just it's like this is where the J season is. This time last year we are talking about all right, who are we gonna play in the playoffs? I mean,
Yeah. Tank for third, and
yeah, we're
who
talking
was
about
going to
tank.
pitch game one?
Yeah, it's crazy how the tides turn. Even the year before, I mean, the year before, at this point, we're in a great spot. We're in an unbelievable spot in 2023.
Fantastic.
We're like, we might, I believe we actually at this point, this was Johnny versus Ticketmaster or close to it. For our OG listeners, they remember me versus Ticketmaster on Global News. But it's very, very funny how the things have changed.
Was that year one of this
Yeah,
pod?
year one was Johnny versus Ticketmaster.
Holy shit. The years are just blending at this point,
What a
man.
time that was. Do you remember that? I was like, I will be on Global News, fighting the good fight against
Well, the
Ticketmaster.
thing about Game 14 versus Ticketmasters, we were in the wrong, like totally in the
Oh, for sure. We used the promo code that the employees got, and we gave it to everyone on the planet.
and then we bitch like it was.
And they said, we're not honoring these tickets because these are just not your tickets. So, oh man, how the times have changed, man. Like this time last year, or 2 years ago, I mean, we were saving up for playoff tickets. We're like, all right, how much are these tickets going to be? Like, we got to make sure we're on the website. And now we're literally talking about the fact that Chad Green is the worst bullpen pitcher in the last 3 weeks in baseball.
Yeah.
It's crazy how the times change, Avery.
Chad Green's been
Oh my
dog
god.
shit.
Oh my god.
Really, really bad, honestly.
Chad Green makes Brad Hand look like prime Mariano Rivera right now.
And
He really does.
I still don't think it was bad work to keep him as long as he's back next year.
Yeah, I mean, he's taking a massive workload, obviously, especially with Jordan Romano being injured. And by the way, what the fuck happened to Romano? I thought he was with the team.
They shut him down.
Oh, they shut him down.
Yeah, they said he won't
being
pitch.
shut down. Hate being shut down.
I mean, it makes sense. Like,
why would you bring your closer back when you are 10 games below 500 with 2 weeks to go? Who gives a shit?
Yeah. I'm definitely right there with you. That wouldn't make a lot of sense. Bo played one game, day off.
Error, 1 for 3 with a single. But listen, I mean, the guy
That's
hasn't
the
played.
most Bo Bichette baseball game that's ever been played.
Yeah, yeah. Biggio grounded out to him, or he grounded out to Biggio.
Yeah.
Uh,
Well, that's what Biggio's play got him back to the big leagues, man.
yeah, Biggio got him back 0 for 3 today, strikeout. Braves lost 5-1 with Biggio in the lineup, but it is funny. Like Bo Bichette, like these 2 weeks are kind of like this is his chance to just get the fans back, I guess. Like the fans that are like, oh, he sucks. Like, what if Bo just hits like 400 over the next 2 weeks? It's like, 2024 could be a movie. 2024 could be electric, but it's
2025, man. We're in 20.
2025. Sorry, yeah. It's depressing, man. Like, what? I know we're gonna do an end of season pod and obviously talk about the things that went wrong and all of that, but god damn, man, like this season sucked. Like, do you remember the 7 or 8 game losing streak they had? Like against the guard, like the Relvis Martinez suspension was right in the middle of that as well. Like they were 2 or 3 games below 500, and then they just rattle off a 7 game, 8 game losing streak against like the Guardians, Red Sox. Like this season just sucked. The only good parts of the season are probably the resurgence of like Ernie Clement, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. being an absolute dog back to 2021 self, and Bowden Francis essentially. Like other than that, like this season sucked.
Yep.
Sucked out loud.
Yeah, I'm trying to look the longest losing streak.
I'm pretty sure it was the Guardians one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
17th of June to the 24th of June.
Oh my god.
Let's
That was when
take
you
us
knew the
there.
season was done. I think was that when it was like this season is over.
Okay,
Like,
I think the Arelvis suspension. Did he get suspended the Monday after, or was
no,
he
he
in?
got suspended the Guardian series on the Sunday.
Okay, they won that game the
Yeah.
Sunday, and then
I made
when
a TikTok
oh
driving
no,
home.
sorry, I'm reading this wrong because they played Cleveland at home.
No, yeah. This was a Sunday where he got suspended because I had to pull over and make a TikTok about it. I remember.
Yes, they lost that game at
Yes.
Cleveland here
Yeah.
because they went Cleveland, Boston, and then
Yes.
that's when they lost. They lost
Yeah.
all their games.
Yeah, it's there's not really much said. I mean, that was really, I mean, our season has been done since June. Like we've talked about being numb to this. The season was done in June, folks.
I mean,
like really.
it was kind of cooked from the start. Like,
Well, they started 1-0.
they did. The 162-0 podcast.
Oh my god. Next year we have to sacrifice a loss game 1, right? Like they won game 2 they won game 1 the last 3 or 4 years.
Yeah. So
Remember the comeback against Texas,
Texas, St. Louis,
and then lost this year.
and then even some of their better games they played all season have been opening days.
I know. Do you remember game 1? You had the Vladdy launch to center field. Yeah, George Springer buzzing. Like, it's insane, Avery.
Yeah, let's
absolutely-
go through game 1 of the season.
Oh, game 1 was Barrio shoved. Remember he gave up a leadoff doink and then didn't give up a run the rest of the game?
Yeah, Yanni Diaz home run to
Yeah.
start.
Yeah.
If you just look at the box score. Okay, let's just guess
Let's reminisce.
the opening day lineup. Try and remember it.
Springer first.
Springer first.
Not sure who at second. Vladdy third.
No, Vlad
Vladdy
second.
second. Vladdy second. Bo third.
Yep.
Jano fourth.
Didn't play.
Didn't play. Who was fourth?
Turnsy Lad.
Oh my God. Who was 5?
Dalton Varsho playing left.
Varsho 5 was Herky DH.
Kirk
6?
catching.
Kirk Catch 6.
Yes.
7 Ernie.
Ernie didn't play.
7 Davis.
Nope. Davis also didn't play. Center field.
7. We had Kevin Kiermaier.
Yep.
8. I don't even know where to begin. IKF.
Yep. IKF.
9 KK.
No, Kevin Kiermaier hit 7th.
Oh. I don't know who at 9.
Kevin Biggio, second baseman.
Jesus Christ.
Kevin Biggio hit a home run.
Yeah, 2v1. Rest in peace.
7
wow,
hits.
that lineup, I'll say it, Avery. how the fuck did we think that team was going to be good? That lineup sucks.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Bo Bichette, 2 hits. Was that the best game of his season opening day?
Might have been. But man, Avery, what were we thinking, dude?
I know. And then they went Richards, Pearson, Meza to end. All not on the team anymore.
Holy shit. We genuinely thought that team was going to be good this year. What the hell?
That game was awesome. Like
That game rocked. Dude, that Vladdy home run to center was biblical.
like this team was 19-25 on May 18th. I don't think anyone was really thinking that he had a chance there, but then you get to 27-29
Yeah.
at the end of May.
Yeah.
You get to 31, you get to 32-33 on June 9th. And then you end up going into Milwaukee, those day games.
I remember that.
Yeah, Colin Ray, part of that one. And then you don't really get too close to 500 again. Yeah.
So when was the last time this team was 500? Do you like June?
No,
No.
hell no.
April?
They were 500 on April 29th.
The last time the Toronto Blue Jays were 500 this year was April 29th.
From what my eyes are seeing right now, that seems to be correct.
Yeah, that's not where you want to be, folks.
The most games they were over 500 was 3 on April 22nd.
Yeah, that's just, I'm going to be sick.
April 22nd, they were 13-10. And then they proceeded to lose 3 in a row to the Royals. One of them was the 5-inning game.
Yeah, you hate to
that
see it, but
game pissed me off too. I'm still not over that one.
Oh, the 5-inning one?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was bad. But I mean, again, I can't believe we thought that team was gonna be good. But I mean, let's talk about this team now. I wanted to bring this up. I don't know if it'll change if it changed today, but the Toronto Blue Jays in the second half of the season have the best weighted runs created plus in baseball. And let me say this again. We talk about this all the time. This team was trotting out the corpse of Justin Turner, the corpse of Kevin Kiermaier, Kevin Bumgio, and and we thought this team was going to be good. This team is so much better now. I know it doesn't look like it on paper, or it doesn't look like it with the record. I cannot believe we thought this team was going to be good. But it has been fun and refreshing watching young guys who are faster, better hitters, and aren't fossils at the plate. And I will say, it is crazy that this team leads in weighted runs created plus in the second half of the season. And again, this bullpen is the death of this team. This team would be insane. Their record would be insane in the second half of the season if they had a good bullpen. It would be insane.
I'm there with you.
Legit the worst bullpen I have ever seen. It's crazy.
Yeah, I'm just trying to find the second half. Fangraphs does not want to let me see second half splits by teams, which is really, really pissing me off right now. But that's okay. Again, the Justin Turner one, I'm not too mad at. I don't think I can get mad at. Hasn't been that great of a player.
Spencer Horwitz is better than Justin Turner.
Yeah. This season. Yeah, for sure. But again, Turner's not the one where I see that signing and say, okay.
He has no power though.
I know, but you just had Belt the year before and you just thought you were replacing him to do the same thing. And on the surface, it was an okay move. Brandon Belt made the team successful. He was a good hitter while he was here as well. But there was times where you didn't want to see Brandon Belt up, and he disappeared when he was in the playoffs as well. So that's just another way to go about it and see. And that's why when we did the thing where we'd complain was part of it as well. I'm no better than anyone else I'm trying to talk about here. When we said, okay, there's no hope for the team, you make a couple moves and you end up in the Red Sox and they compete a year later. On the surface, we forget how crazy baseball is and how volatile things can be. So back and forth, if this team hovers around 500 next season and you get lucky with some teams with some shittier records, you're in the Detroit Tigers spot for next season potentially.
Okay, but I
think they're better than what the Tigers are.
For sure. But I do have something I did want to discuss. This was the year the Toronto Blue Jays could have. This was the easiest year to make the playoffs in the American League. I stand by that. I truly do stand by that. Like looking at the records here, right? Minnesota Twins, 10 games above 500. I don't think they're that good. The Tigers, 75 and 71. They are 3 games back of a playoff spot pushing. This, in my opinion, was the easiest year, the weakest competition in the American League to make the playoffs. Next year, the Red Sox get better, right? They'll probably make some signings. Great young guys. Roman Anthony's going to be coming up. Full year of Tristan Cassis, whatever. This was the year. Looking back on it, the American League stinks. I don't see an American League team that is even an ounce better than National League. The Orioles just lost a series to the Red Sox. They stink. Bullpen sucks. The Yankees, we've seen what their lineup can do right now. It's a 2-man show, kind of. I mean, Torres has been great. The Twins, I don't think, like the Guardians, their starting rotation sucks.
Yes.
This is the year, I think this is the weakest competition for the American League. I don't think the Royals are that good either.
The Central has just been fucked because the White Sox are going to break the losses record. It has ruined what the playoff was going to be because it's so crazy. I mean, it's tough. It's tough to see at this point. But again,
I just truly do.
Like the records are still going to be good at the end of the season. The teams who make the playoffs are going to have good records.
But they're not going to be good baseball teams. I stand by that.
Maybe it's going to take what, 87 wins to get in again?
Yes.
Okay, and what were the Jays last year? 87 wins?
I think 87.
Or were they
86
or 89 wins?
Was last year 89?
Toronto Blue Jays 2023. I thought they were an 87 win team. They were an 89 win team.
Yeah, okay. So last year was better.
89 wins to finish third in the AL East.
This year it's 87. I truly think that.
I think so too.
Yeah. So it's like, fuck, man.
Like that's the Twins having to win 9 games.
Yeah.
Do that.
9 out of the remaining 18 or 17 or whatever it is.
Yeah.
So this was a year, and it sucks because I mean, again, we continued to give credit to Ross Atkins and say, like, just trust it. Like, we're gonna have guys bouncing back. We had Vladdy bounce back, and this team still sucks.
Yeah.
You know?
Indeed.
Tough luck.
Can we go through, let's do some general baseball talk as well before we get into some Bowden stuff. I want to know, Johnny, let's just go through your award winners right now. Who is your AL MVP? Is it Aaron Judge or Bobby Witt?
I think it's Aaron Judge. He's fallen off a cliff the last 2 weeks, by the way. Hasn't hit a home run since Paw Patrol.
Yes, home run since Paw Patrol. That is very funny. Yeah. I want Bobby Witt to win so fucking bad. Yankees
fans could storm the MLB office like it's the Capitol.
I mean, he has been by 0.1 wins above replacement more valuable than Aaron Judge. He's going to be a shortstop with 10 wins in a season, and he's not going to win MVP.
So you're on the Bobby Witt train.
I mean, I know Aaron Judge is going to win it. I want everything in my power to have Bobby Witt win the AL MVP. NL, are you giving Francisco Lindor any chance over Shohei?
Lindor has carried the Mets.
Yeah.
Legit carried the Mets. And you know he's carrying the Mets when Frank the Tank is trying to make a case for Lindor to win the MVP. I don't see a world where in baseball you have held out giving MVP awards for DHs for so long. Lindor, it's the most valuable player. Lindor is the most valuable player on the New York Mets. And he's the reason why this team is on a Linsanity run. Everyone picked them to be last in the NL East or second last, picked them to suck. This team rocks. They're 80 and 66, dude. Like,
yeah, I
think it's closer than people think it is, man. I truly do. I really do.
Yeah, I think it should be closer than people think it is. Shohei's going to go 50-50, which is going to be nuts.
He just hit a home run, by the way.
Was that 47 now
Yeah,
for
he's
him?
47, 47.
God, that's sick. But again, Lindor, more wins above replacement. You have an interesting take, not an interesting take. You have been eyes on the NL Rookie of the Year since Paul Skeens got called up.
I don't know how you don't give it to Paul Skeens. Or no, Jackson Merrill, sorry. Jackson Merrill is insane. Like, this is a rookie who has I mean, like, we're talking about guys that have essentially carried the team. Tatis out, Jackson Merrill took it over and has been carrying the San Diego Padres. Again, a team that has just been insanely fun to watch. I'm giving it to Jackson Merrill.
Yeah, I think Skeens is just he's been insane.
His team fucking sucks. Like, why are we giving it to? We saw this 2 years ago with Strider and Michael
Okay,
Harris.
but it's Rookie of the Year. It's not most valuable player, and that's where I like to fight back on that one. Like Paul Skeens is putting up numbers. I believe Chris Clegg is a guy I follow, does a lot of prospect stuff, who was putting up like Jose Fernandez esque numbers. Like it's kind of unheard of as well. So I think Skeens is going to be where I'm going to land as well. But I understand. I think they'll want to give it to Skeens, but Jackson Merrill has been incredible. I think 11th best player in the National League,
Yeah,
wins above replacement wise,
yeah.
and then the AL Rookie of the Year. No one's wanted to win
No,
this
it's just
award.
it's shit versus ass. I'm giving
Cowser,
it.
I was surprised at his odds, but it's Austin Wells a minus 140 favorite.
I'm giving it to Austin Wells. If Horwitz played the full season, I think he's right there.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah, where does Wells even? Wells 20th most valuable AL player, and Colton Cowser 26th
yeah,
most valuable AL player. And catching's hard, man. Catching's very hard. So it's been impressive what Austin Wells has done. I know we like to say it's a two-man show, but Wells has really held his own as of late. Okay, and then Cy Young seemed to be wrapped up.
yeah. It's Chris Sale and Tariq Skubal. So
Yeah, exactly. All right. Well, that's some award talk.
let's go to talk here. Bowden motherfucking Francis, folks. Bowden motherfucking Francis. We keep saying it. I mean, obviously, the last start was a down start for him. He had 6 innings, 3 runs, quality start. Is before this one. What this kid is doing, it continues to blow my mind. He looks like a guy that you sold weed to at the skate park in high school, and it turns out that guy is the best pitcher in baseball in the last month and a half. This guy, since September 7th or August 7th, Avery, has a sub 1 ERA, a sub .5 whip, and is on the most insane run. He's had, you could count on your fingers the amount of base runners Bowden Francis has had in a month. I cannot believe what we are watching right now, Avery. Like, did I say fingers? You count on two hands, whatever. It has been unbelievable, and we're talking about this every pod, Avery, but we have to. The guy
Yep.
took another no-hit bid into the 9th inning.
Yep. Okay, I have a take. I would have rathered he threw the no-hitter against the Angels and the Mets.
Okay, why?
The 12 strikeouts.
That's fair.
The tw-
That's a good point. I mean,
I don't
the
think it's
no-hitter.
I
Okay,
don't think it's a hot take.
that's not a hot take. Really isn't.
I-
It's more aesthetically pleasing when you're looking at the stat line. You see 9 innings, 12 punchies, no hits.
Yeah, I think it's just total different
Yeah,
domination.
that's a
as
great
well.
take. That's a great take. I 100% agree with that. It's just the thing is like today it was weird. I was obviously listening in the car driving home, and then we were watching a little bit at work, and I was like, this guy's just not punching. They're swinging at the first pitch every at bat.
Yeah.
It's like that was their game plan. It was like, let's swing at the first pitch. It was just infield pop-ups everywhere.
Yeah, we were playing a lot of GeoGuessr for work.
I had no idea he was no hitter, by the way.
I know.
Until I saw that text.
We put the computer on our screen, so on our YouTube video, you'll see that we have a computer. We were watching the game while we were doing the video, and I saw the Davis catch, and then I look on the screen because it turns, and I'd say to Johnny, "It's through 5." Said, "Oh shit, do you see what's going on in the baseball game right now?"
Yeah.
And that's all I said to you, and you checked the box score. You said, "No way, he's doing it again." I mean, this is kind of a loss of words as to what's going on. he is like confidence levels through the roof right
Yeah.
now, and it shows how good you can be. His quotes the pretty much the best way you could possibly say it. Just trusting his stuff.
Yeah.
He's gonna attack you in the zone, and who cares if he strikes out one or strikes out 10?
It's
He's gonna go after you.
you get both sides of it, which is cool, which is something we haven't really seen before out of a pitcher. Like you
Well,
get
we
total
do it with
domination.
Gosman sometimes, and we want him dead when he doesn't
Yeah.
strike the people out.
Yeah, but it's like you get the best of both with Bowden. You either get like 9 innings, 12 punchies, puts every single hitter in his back pocket, or you get what he got today. It's like
I think it's more.
Marco
I think
Estrada.
it's more Bassett like, honestly,
Yeah, that's fair.
because Bassett, when if he goes 7 and strikes out 4, you're like, oh great, he limited hard contact the whole time, and then out of nowhere, when he started against the Red Sox, and he struck out the world. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, that's what he can do. They just couldn't see him that day. So I'd put him more, yeah, Bassett like than anyone else on
Well,
this
he's
stat.
learning from him. I mean, they're boys. Like they're
Yeah.
they're close,
The
right? So
Bowden's look of him rocking the over the ear headphones from
I can't get enough of it. Again, it's the guy that you sold weed to in high school. That's what Bowden is. He's just a skateboard guy. Like I'm 100% convinced Bowden in high school just did not hang out with baseball players or any athlete. Like in high school, he just chilled with like the guys that were really quiet and like to like skateboard or just chilled at home and did really nothing when they weren't at school. Like that's what Bowden was like.
100%. I've been informed via Instagram Reels that he has a brother who looks exactly like him.
Yeah, I saw that. That's a crazy. That's actually like scary.
Yes. I sent it to Blake today too, but his brother pitched in the minor leagues. I had no idea
Yeah, his
about the
brother looks like drop the Insta. What's the Insta for the people to
Francis
see?
pitching. He does a bunch
Francis
of
pitching.
I bel-
It's great videos. I actually so when you originally show
him and some other Ty Buttrey do stuff together.
yeah,
I believe he was an Angels reliever. Like that's just a neat name I know as well. His name's Harrison Francis. And
yeah.
if you look at his second pinned Instagram post, you just think it's Bowden Francis pretty much.
Yes.
It's
No,
just
yeah.
I thought it was Bowden the first time I saw the video.
Yeah.
I was like, why are you giving pitching lessons here? No,
Yeah.
it's
I
just
thought
his
that
brother.
too. And then I was like, holy fuck, that's his brother. I don't know if it's his twin though.
I don't think so.
I don't know if it's his twin. We'll get to the when we get Bowden on the offseason, we'll ask him about Francis pitching. But yeah, good for Bowden, man. Seriously. I mean, this guy, Avery, he was sent down like 2 months ago,
Yep.
right? Like it's crazy. It's crazy, but I don't really want to talk game to game here. Ernie Clement just FaceTimed me.
You have to answer and tell him and live. Maybe
He
you can
just
have a
FaceTimed me. Should I FaceTime him?
yeah.
You have to let me know if you hear it. He's at a concert.
Oh, then don't. Well, you can cut this out.
We'll cut this out. We'll cut this if you want. I'll cut it anyways. Do you have anything to say for the people? Go Bills. Maybe give a score prediction for tomorrow.
Go Bills, huge Thursday night game against the Dolphins in Miami. In Miami.
What's the score?
30, the Bills 34, the Dolphins 3.
Let's go. Let's go. All right, that was great. Anyways, you brought up a good point that I didn't want to talk about. I didn't want to talk about this. You were talking about Ryan Yarbrough on 2025, and that's a good point. You brought it up. I don't know if you remember the exact stats that you mentioned with Ryan Yarbs.
Yeah, I do.
He's got to be the long relief guy next year. I don't know how he carves.
Ryan Yarbrough has just
Ryan
been
Yarbrough throws slower than a fucking 16U kid in playing for OBJ, and he has a 2 ERA with the Blue Jays. What's his stats with the Blue Jays?
20 innings, 2.25 ERA, 10 hits in his 20 innings. Ryan Yarbrough's batting average against was like one of the best in baseball. I think he's under 200 batting average against. And
Really?
I mean, I think he's making 4 million this year, so it's not super cheap that you'd want.
Yeah.
But maybe he can have a deal done because I believe he is a free agent. He's a free agent. Yeah, it wasn't really a point to make. It doesn't want to give me Ryan Yarbrough stats on Baseball Savant right now. It is really, really pissing me off, and I think my computer's crashing.
Yeah. Hate to see it. But
Okay.
I'm all over the Yarbrough train. I really am. He fucking rocks.
He gets up there, and you can't believe he gets people out.
No, I think if you genuinely put a lie detector on Ryan Yarbrough, he would look at you and be like, I have no idea how the fuck I'm doing this. Like,
So he is on the season, 87 innings, a
yeah.
3.4 ERA, but negative -0.3 wins above replacement. Whatever. It's a reliever. He has 52 strikeouts in 87 innings.
I think I'm genuinely telling you, gun to his head, Ryan Yarbrough's telling you, I have no idea how I am getting big league hitters out, but he continues to do it. He is like Rich Hill on crack cocaine. He's Rich Hill as a child. He's Rich Hill 15 years ago.
He really
That's what he is. It's insane.
Yeah. Yep.
Thank you, Kevin Kiermaier. Ross Atkins fleecing.
Absolutely. Okay, so the Chipola baseball coaches found my tweet that I tweeted about them today.
Really?
There is a Florida junior college that has produced two of
freaks.
They do. The team's sick. Bowden Francis won a national championship there. We talked about it on our podcast with him. I asked him what he was more nervous for, his major league debut or pitching the national championship game. I'm pretty sure he said pitching the national championship game.
Really?
In the JUCO World Series, yeah. I don't think he pitched very well, but they did win.
Yeah, that's all that matters. Rings, flags fly forever.
Chipola College has produced Jose Bautista, Russell Martin, and Bowden Francis.
That's insane.
Them just all ending up as Blue Jays and going to the same junior college in Florida is so funny.
It's scenes. It's absolutely scenes. But yeah, it's that's why you go JUCO route, kids. JUCO route. That's why you do it. But yeah, it's is there any other JUCO guys in this team? I don't think so. I think it's just Bowden.
Oh, right? No, Swanee was a bandit.
Oh, Iowa Western.
Yeah.
Yeah. Should we just talk about today's game? I mean, the other two, I really don't care about the other two. Like, the other two sucked.
Nope.
Like, you lose 3-2. Again, bullpen blows it in the 8th. Tommy Nance, a little wild. Little Gate 14 guy, a little wild. We mushed them. We mushed Tommy Nance. And then game 2, Bassett rocked. Bassett, the Bassett fight against the first inning is it's a battle. It's like they're going rounds and rounds and rounds.
Yep.
Like it's not great. They're battling. They got him in the first half. They got him in the first inning, but he looked great after that. Settled in. 6 innings, 1 earned run, 5 hits, 8 punchies, and just shoved against David Peterson. Leo Jimenez looked great. Even Kirk looked good. Schneider, Loper, Fido, Horwitz, all that type of stuff. So that looked awesome. And then today's game, it's a game that I'll probably won't ever talk about ever again in my life, probably. Where were you at? I don't know if I'm just like a psychic or whatever I am. Maybe I just have some sort of disability. I don't know. I, in my heart of hearts, thought he was going to throw no hitter today. Like I went to the dentist office, and I was like in my car. I looked at the dentist. I go, I'm not going to be able to come in here for another 25 minutes. Like, you guys are going to have to wait probably, or just tell me to just pigeon toss me. He's going to do this thing. So I was sitting in my car listening to the game, and Ben Schulman, by the way, said no hitter 500 fucking times.
Oh, yeah.
500 times. And I'm just sitting there and I'm like, he's going to goddamn do this thing. He gets 0-2 count to Lindor. I'm like, holy shit. And then cookie, double chunk chocolate cookie, middle of zone, sent to hell. Where were you at with that, Avery? Did you know right when that pitch was thrown, right when you saw that swing, that shit was schmelia?
So I had to watch on my phone, and you know how far my phone is behind?
Yeah.
I had the score notification pop up as he was throwing the pitch. So that was tough. I thought he was going to do it too, man. I really did. It sucks. This is why YJ said he always supports an early hook. Don't even give him the 9th. Get him out of there.
I was looking forward. I will say, I was looking forward to the Ken Reed tweets if he got pulled. I'll say it.
New Ken Reed hashtag, by the way.
Oh, no. What is it? No.
Yes, it is a new analytics Ken Reed.
Are you serious?
Yep. Oh my God. Yeah, here it is, September 10th.
What is
Uh,
it?
okay, it is a Joe Siddle video about the one knee catching.
Oh my God.
And then
I just saw it. What a hashtag.
so something that has nothing to do with analytics, one knee catching. Oh, I guess there's, I mean, strike percentage and throwing people out, but that's not really analytics, I guess. He said thank you to Caleb Joseph and Joe Siddle. Hashtag analytics strikes again.
Ah.
Really funny. Really good stuff from Ken.
And speaking about the one leg thing, I never want to make a human being in my life as mad as Buck Martinez gets when he sees a catcher get down on one knee like he's proposing behind the plate. I never want to make a human being as mad as Buck Martinez gets. You would think Brian Severn shot someone.
Why do you
the way-
always say his name wrong?
Servin.
You
You
know
would think
his
Brian
name.
Servin shot someone the way that Buck Martinez was talking about this guy's setup behind the plate, the one leg. It is crazy. I'm not a catcher. I can't speak on it. Maybe we can get some catch heads in here.
Yeah, I got nothing really
But
on catchers either.
they hate the one leg thing. Maybe it's a comfy thing. You don't want to be uncomfy behind the dish, you know? But he
No, I
hates
know, but at that point, it's hey, you got to keep the ball in front of you,
Yeah.
and they
Sure.
didn't like that. I mean, anything different from it's just kind of the analytics thing for the older crowd as well. Those are all guys who came up where no one was one knee catching, no one was down like that. So I'm fine with the one knee catching. Like you can still throw people out that way.
Yeah.
It's been shown.
Yeah. I don't think it makes so much of a difference, to be honest with you. Like those Tommy Nance balls, maybe Servin could get to one of them. Maybe. I mean, those weren't great. Well, not a great look, but it's just you're complaining about something that's just never going to change, probably.
I have very bad news about a former Blue Jay.
Oh no.
Anthony Banda broke his hand after a shitty outing last night.
Banzi lad.
And his punishment is he has to come home.
Yep, that's his punishment. Bring him on the change and sign him. Do you think he would be better with a broken hand than Zach Pop?
Jimmy Herget got DFA'd for Kevin Biggio. I don't think he's good, but I want him as a Blue Jay.
Yeah, let's just take all the bums.
I know.
Let's assemble every single bum that has ever played ball. I want them all.
I have been just scouring MLB trade rumors, just looking for everyone who's DFA'd and looking up if they're worth a shit.
I like that. I like where your head's at with that. I really do. But yeah, I cannot wait, by the way, Avery, for Gate 14 awards this year. We got so many funny different awards, like analytics, I bet. Like we got tweeter of the year, which is very contentious. We lost majority of the contestants, but
we lost all the contestants.
Yeah, we lost all the contestants besides Spencer and Zoobs, but we got some new guys coming in there. We really do. But Gate 14 awards are gonna rock.
Well,
we're gonna have tons of interviews, by the way. I think in the offseason. We know way more guys than we knew last year.
I know the offseason was good because
fun. The false hope is what did it for me. It's like, all right, let's. I mean,
ask the people if they like. I know they like the player interviews as well, but we get like the numbers. They like when we just
snap it. Yeah,
yeah,
because they miss it. I mean, when you hear the Johnny and Avery's voice, I can comfortably say this now because we're big enough. You think Blue Jays ball. Me and Avery's voice brings you back to Blue Jays ball in the summer, just snapping it around. So I get that. And like, obviously we take a little couple week hiatus when the season's over after the last season pod, obviously like end of the season pod.
I don't even think we took that long of a break.
We took 2 weeks off.
Okay. 2 weeks.
Yeah. I mean, that's 2 episodes. That's literally 2 episodes, but it is fun.
I think maybe we should talk some playoff talk, maybe a little bit.
Do that. I'd love to just watch a Yankees downfall. I need it bad. So
yeah,
I'm looking forward to that. But it is. I mean, fuck, man. This is the first time in Gate 14 history we're at September 11th, and we're talking about goddamn the off season. It sucks. Do you remember how electric the live streams were last year at this time?
Yes.
The year before when I used to go on TikTok. They rocked, and they took that from us. Ross Atkins took that from us.
Yeah.
It makes me sick.
We're going to be 30 next time we can do that.
Yeah. Next year they're going to go on a little run. But I want someone to remind us maybe in December, like, hey, remember when you guys were hopeful about this team last year, and then you look at the opening day lineup and you're like, what the fuck was I thinking? I want someone to maybe if things don't change that much, I want someone to let us know how bad that is. I really do. But another guy that I didn't want to talk about, Avery, maybe I don't know if you could push me back on this, but I'm enjoying watching Leo Jimenez play. Like we talked about his last pod, like I know some of his at bats are really uncompetitive, like pretty terrible strikeouts on bad pitch selection, but he's got. Do we have a fresh face problem? Because every guy that's a fresh face, we just kind of think is good.
Yeah, I mean, based on what the shortstop position had produced before,
Yeah,
it wasn't fantastic.
yeah.
Like Leo's gonna be 23 going into next year too. If you look overall, I mean, weighted runs created plus of 108 for Leo. It's been good.
Yeah.
I like the way he
Is that
plays.
a starting shortstop? No, probably.
No, I like the way he
108?
plays the position.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't think they want Leo to be the guy heading into next season. But
Adames?
I've been impressed with him. He went through a great stretch there as of late, and I was pleasantly surprised with what Leo has done. But Johnny, you have something to tell the people, by the way.
Of a what?
You have an announcement to make.
Bar night. Bar night. I've been getting a million DMs. Listen, did I not put the date in the tweet? Yes. Am I an idiot? Probably. Bar night is September 27th, Friday night after the Jays game at St. John's Tavern. Everyone say thank you, Alto. Alto booked it. He's our director of morale. He better have fucking booked it. He's our director of morale. It is September 27th at St. John's Tavern. I believe the bar opens up for us at 10 on the second or third floor. We'll make tickets on sale once we get a graphic done for it.
Yeah.
But yeah, St. John's Tavern, I think it'll be $20 a head because $15-$20, we'll see. We'll figure out the price, but
yeah, just to cover the cost.
It's very, very limited capacity. It's only like last year we had 150 people there. This year we're only gonna be it's only gonna be like 90, 80 people. So like
show up.
Make sure you get your tickets early, or like they're gonna just not let people in. So we're gonna get that going. So another thing, we need a business guy for this pod. We need a sales guy. I think we're big enough now. I see these other brands, other Blue Jay stuff doing fucking deals with companies, and we get it's just facts. We get higher numbers than they do. Our socials are better than they do. Our listeners are lower than they do. If you are a good sales guy, reach out to us. We'll get some talking here.
Or you got a company, and we
got a
talk.
company now, so we can give percentages of whatever.
No, that's not.
No,
what I was
we can't do with the ad deals.
Oh, okay.
No, I know. I'm saying like if we get an ad deal, you get a percentage. That's what fucking. What is he? Gonna be
Yeah,
a sales
no,
guy
I
for
thought you were
free?
about to say you're giving parts of the company.
No, man. I also owns 20. Also owns 20% of the company.
No, you can't. That's not true. That's not legally binding.
But yeah, anyways, yeah, if you're a sales guy and you want to kind of make a little bit maybe extra cash, I'm not sure. And you have good connections. You have to have good connections in the industry. We don't just want random dudes that just want to reach out to companies. Like we need sales guys. Would love to get talking some brand deals for the pod for next year. So reach out to us there. But let's go on to the weekend series here. I mean, this is the longest pod we've done on a Thursday in a while.
Who are they playing this weekend?
I actually don't know. Let me look. That's pretty bad. We don't know. Cardinals. What the fuck? This series stinks. This is two idiots fighting meme. We got Cardinals, Blue Jays Friday. Fetty Wap versus Barrios. We have Cardinals versus Blue Jays Saturday. Well, I don't know why I'm saying the team. It's the same team every time. Kyle Gibson versus Barrios.
No, well, Barrios was pitching the last game you just said.
The score, piece of shit app has Barrios going back to back. I don't know who's going that game. Probably a bullpen day. And then Sunday, we have Y-Rod against Michaelis. Jays lose 2 of 3. I want to keep the train going.
Yeah. Why not us, man?
Closer to Jackson Holliday, man. We're there. We're right there.
Ethan.
Why do I keep saying Jackson?
Well,
Ethan Holliday.
Yes.
We've never been closer to Ethan Holliday. And listen, like, we're getting close to that 4th in the odds spot, Abe.
Are we?
Yeah, like the Pirates dropped 1-1 today. And the Jays lost.
We're not close to 4.
How far are we?
We're 4 games back.
Oh, Team Tank will take part for that.
I know,
Don't
but
you
it's the Nats.
Oh, it's the Nats.
Yeah, we passed. We went up by losing.
Technically, we went down.
Yeah, on the Pirates.
Okay.
So we're
Keep winning.
69 and 78. The Pirates are 70 and 76.
Okay.
So we're
Fair.
there, fifth in the odds. Let me sim the lottery.
Let's see it. We'll do one lottery sim every pod.
Yes,
Where do we get here?
the lottery sim has a Toronto Blue Jays picking ninth.
New segment alert. We pick Gate 14 Sims a draft lottery. Every pod will do it. And the Jays got 9. So this season meant nothing for the sim. You hate to see it. You really hate to see it. But yeah, that's fun. That's fun. But yeah, Jays lose 2-3. And who hits a home run? Kirk goes 0 for 8, 0 for 9.
Isn't Kirk on like an 8-game hitting streak?
No, I don't believe that, or I will not acknowledge that. But yeah, things are going great here in Blue Jays land. Going great in Blue Jays land. Great bullpen. Offense bangs, which kind of rocks, but
Great renovations.
great renovations. Ross Atkins is handsome. Glasses. John Schneider's face is getting significantly red. Less red, sorry. Because he's not stressing as much anymore, I guess. So
yeah.
But yeah, that's where we're at with that. That's where we're at with that. So if you're listening to this podcast, we love you guys, man. We truly do. September 27th, bar night, 16 days away. Mark it on the calendar, folks.
We've never been closer.
Never been closer to bar night. So make the tickets live Friday. Maybe in the morning we'll make it live once we get a graphic. And let's have ourselves a weekend. I mean, it's supposed to be kind of hot here, so let's have ourselves a weekend. Enjoy Thursday Night Football. Bills, Dolphins. Ernie just gave a score prediction. I don't remember what he said.
34-3, he said.
34-3. Okay, that's a little bit excessive, but that's the Ernie score prediction for the Bills game. So enjoy it. Love you guys, man. Gate 14 forever. Let's have ourselves a weekend, and do not worry about the results. Let's tank this shit out of the rest of this season.